Hi guys, first coffee with Katharyne of the new year. Happy New Year everyone. I'm Katharyne Shelton. I have the treasure hunting group on Facebook. Yay, treasure hunting. We have a spreecast every Saturday at 4 PM PST. And now we have the next level as well. Wow, it has been a really busy and awesome start to the new year for me. I launched my next level program pretty much January the 1st, and amazed at how much speed that's picked up, how much the group is growing, how much information is in there already. I've already recorded some private videos for the group, just lots of things going on. Started doing coaching sessions, which is very new to me. I'm very new to coaching, but it's really fun. Oh my gosh, you people are wonderful. So, coffee with Katharyne, what have I got to talk about? New Year. A few things go on with a new year, and in some ways I find a new year very intimidating. It's kind of stressful to look at a whole year ahead sometimes. In my mind, a lot of things happen in the space of a year, and it can be very unpredictable. You don't necessarily, like, I find sometimes I don't know what's going to happen one day to the next, 1 week to the next. Thinking a year in advance can be kind of intimidating, and I kind of like the whole one day at a time, see where each day leads you and move incrementally. But I think the balance to that is having kind of a big picture, having ideas of where you want to go, having your dream goals. I think it's really good to do blue sky thinking. That's kind of I guess a kind of a wanky motivational. See, this coaching thing's rubbing off now. Now I'm saying things like blue sky thinking. I think blue sky thinking is when you imagine there's no limits, there's no restrictions, you can do whatever you want to do. No one kind of wakes up one morning and goes, I want to be an Amazon seller when I grow up. You don't go to school planning to be an Amazon seller, generally. Maybe you do, or an eBay seller. It tends to be something that kind of happens, and often it's kind of a means to an end. You want to raise money, you need to earn money to support your family, to have the house you want, the car you want, the lifestyle you want. Maybe you have a bigger plan, you want to be a rock star. That's my dream plan. I'm getting a bit old now, but it's still my dream plan. But there's nothing wrong with doing blue sky thinking, and I think it's really positive to do that sometimes, to just dream and think about where you ultimately want to be. And I think sometimes that can be more helpful than planning your whole year ahead or thinking a whole year ahead, because I just feel like a year is like a very stressful unit of measurement. When you think in terms of a year, you're like, oh, that was the year that this happened and that crazy thing happened. And sometimes you remember the negatives, and I don't think that's a helpful thing when thinking about a year. So my message is, don't let the year intimidate you. Instead, think of your blue sky picture, and think about what leads you towards that blue sky picture. What I was going to talk, that was nothing to do with what I was going to talk about. Well, it kind of was. I did want to talk about goals, but I wanted to talk about something a friend of mine said recently on her live journal, actually. I'm one of these people that still hangs out on live journal every now and again. But she said that one of the problems she had, she has a lot of negative self-talk. She says, oh, I was so lazy. I didn't get what I wanted done because I was lazy. And she analysed this and said, you know what, I wasn't lazy. I just had a lot of things to do. And I had to make some choices about what things I had to do. And I know this lady. She's very much not a lazy person. She works very hard. She has kids. A lot of things going on. And she said things like, I don't know, I didn't get a manicure. I don't have a manicure. Is it laziness? Well, Maybe, but it might just be how you choose to spend your time. And I think this is something that is really important in the day-to-day, is recognizing sometimes that you're not being lazy. If you don't get everything done, it's not because you're lazy. You are choosing where to spend your time. There's a crazy helicopter going over me. It's like living in Airwolf around here. It's pretty fun. Do 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 do. I like to think I'm in Airwolf or like some crazy 80s drama, just because that would be very exciting. Moving onwards. The Sims. My children are playing The Sims big time at the moment. They got The Sims 4 for Christmas, and they're all playing The Sims 4. And I used to play The Sims many moons ago when I had more time and I didn't have to hustle so hard for a living. I used to play The Sims. And my son came and he told me a story. He went, "Mummy's dead." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you died in The Sims." "What?" "And you came back as a ghost and lived in a pot." "What?" And then he goes, "Yeah, but then the pot broke and you were gone." Oh, that's great. That's like not a very happy story, but it's a funny story, so I'm sharing it. So I'm going to try not to die. I'm here. I'm not dead. Yay, and I'm not in a pot, as far as we know. But The Sims. I used to play The Sims. And the thing with The Sims, you have a house full of little people, and each person has a set of bars. So they have like their health bar, like their tiredness bar, their hunger bar, all these things. And you have to kind of keep them well fed. You have to keep them well rested and healthy. And that's like the super important thing. Because if you don't do that, then they get sleep deprivation and drop down dead. But here's the thing. Once you've kind of met all those basic needs, so what I'm saying is if you were a Sim, keep yourself super healthy, keep yourself well rested, keep yourself well fed, keep yourself looked after. But once, and the same goes for like, I guess your kids, your family, but once those things are achieved, everything else is choices. Am I going to get a manicure? Well, maybe I should get a manicure because I'm making videos. Am I going to work on packing boxes for FBA? Am I going to work on my eBay store? Am I going to work on making videos? Am I going to have you have to kind of make your choices, because you only have a finite number of hours in the day. And this is something I struggle with. I'm like, how many hours have gone by? It can be really hard. You think you've got more time in the day sometimes than you do. And I think it's important day to day to just realize that you're making choices, and to feel okay about them. That's like the key thing. Feel okay about the choices you're making. Okay, I didn't go and spend an hour getting a manicure, and I don't know, I didn't go and scrub the toilet. That's okay. That can wait until tomorrow. In the meantime, I got my box out to FBA. Yay! Or I sat and played a board game with my kid. Or I got some sleep. I got a nap. Those things are okay. They're all keeping your little Sims bar up and healthy. And I think that's where I like the Sims analogy, that once you've got them all fed and healthy, you kind of progress through the game by getting them to learn things, getting them to socialize, getting them to build their careers, and all these super positive things. I guess it's like Maslow's pyramid, and all that stuff that goes, I don't know, what's it, basic shelter and food, and then the next one's like coffee. Actually, I think coffee goes beneath basic. If it was like Katharyne's pyramid of needs, it would be like coffee, Wi-Fi, house. That's probably how it would go. But yeah, you kind of build up those. So, what am I saying? That's a good question. I'm saying Happy New Year. Don't get stressed out by thinking of a whole year. Don't be like, 2015. Whoa, oh my gosh, terrifying. see it as a really positive thing, but see it as an incremental thing. You're going to grow throughout 2015. Take it day by day. Look after yourself. Keep all your bars. If you were a sim, keep your bars up and healthy. Stay well fed. Stay well rested. Prioritize yourself, your children, your family. And then build. Dream, blue sky thinking. How are you going to get to your blue sky thinking? How are you going to get to your dreams? You can do this. You can absolutely do this. But don't be stressed out by the year. Just think towards that end goal and build on it day by day. Each day is another step in the journey. It may be a long journey, it may be a twisty journey, but each day is a step in that journey. And you're not being lazy. You are making awesome choices every day. All right. That's Coffee with Katharyne for today. Happy New Year. Have a good one. Love you all. Bye.